Something that I've been thinking about pretty recently is the fact that I think we need to give ourselves a bit more credit. And if you're someone who is currently pursuing a goal or someone who just generally just wants to improve themselves, I think something that is pretty common that we tell ourselves is, you're only going to really appreciate how far you've come once you've gotten to a specific destination. And something that I've been thinking about as I've spent more time meditating, as I've spent more time and as I've been more consistent with journaling, is just looking back and appreciating how far you've come, period. You can still be in pursuit of a goal. You may still have many goals that you're working towards, but if you've improved, like if you know wholeheartedly that you are a better version of yourself than you were a month ago or 6 months ago or a year ago or 5 years ago, that is something to be proud of. If you know, and by the way, this doesn't necessarily mean your external reality is different than what it was a month ago or 6 months ago. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you have specific achievements that have made you become a better version of yourself. I'm not talking about anything in your outer world, anything in your external, any goal or achievement that you've accomplished in the external. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about internally. If you are a better version of yourself internally, meaning that you've made a commitment to yourself to improve your mindset and you do certain things in your life to help improve your mindset. Mindset could just be one example. Maybe you do certain things internally. You've gotten better in a specific way within, so you are able to show up in your world more confidently. That could be another example. You're more confident of yourself internally. You're more assured of who you are. Maybe you've gotten more clear on a specific vision for your life, and you've developed that vision within through maybe spending more time by yourself, maybe reflecting and meditating more. Maybe you found more inner peace, and you've done that by journaling or being more grateful or meditating again. I'm talking about if you are a better version of yourself internally, maybe you've developed a better relationship with yourself. That is something to be proud of. And I think in the day and age that we live in the world that we live in, people measure success by the kind of things that they accomplish and the kind of things that they achieve externally. And although I think that's great, you should set goals and aim to, be the best version of yourself. And I hope that you get to whatever goal that you are currently aiming for and you achieve the things that you want to achieve externally. I think that's great. And you're going to gain confidence, I think, from going out and taking action and achieving something, of course. But I think more importantly, you could say the inner confidence that you get from building a better relationship with yourself, spending time in presence, for example, and just working on your mindset, like I said, starting to think better thoughts and just being comfortable in your own skin, finding peace within inside yourself. The confidence that you're going to get from that is also incredible. But I think so many people look for the external and they want the external, but they don't do the work internally. And when you don't do the work internally, you just don't have that foundation, I believe. And ultimately, if you have that foundation with yourself, then the things that you do externally, I think, are going to be more meaningful. They're going to be more enjoyable. Because I think a lot of people, we see this happen all the time. Maybe there's somebody that who thinks this way, but they think that getting to their goals or reaching the destinations that they set for themselves are going to provide them with all the answers and they're going to be happy forever or fully satisfied forever. It's just not what happens. That is just not what happens. It comes from within. And if you don't have that foundation within inside yourself, I think, and you go and you take action towards a specific goal out of this place of incompleteness, thinking that that's going to have all the answers once you get there, it's hollow. You may get the thing that you want, you may achieve the things that you want, but it's hollow in comparison to going after your goals and taking action from a place of wholeness and fullness because you've created and built that foundation inside yourself. You have a relationship with you. You know that you're whole, full, and complete now. And you aren't dependent on getting somewhere out there externally to provide you with those feelings of wholeness and fullness. It's just who you are. It's just how you take action. And you don't think you're better than anybody, of course, but you're just taking action from this place of wholeness because you've built that foundation internally. The point of this video is to say, if you've done that inner work or you've created that foundation inside yourself, you've invested time internally, you've invested time, upgrading your mindset, developing a better relationship with yourself, spending time in presence, being conscious of your energy internally, doing the right things internally, being kinder to yourself, having self-respect, and balancing being kinder to yourself and also knowing when to push yourself for more, wanting more out of yourself, knowing that there's more to give. Another example could be eating better food, going to the gym because you know that's going to make an impact internally as well. Like if you've done the right things and you've gotten better over the past month, over the past 6 months, over the past year, 5 years, whatever it is, like that is something to be genuinely proud of yourself for, because you're laying that foundation with yourself. It's important sometimes to look back and reflect on how far you've come. If you are a better version of yourself, if you are a better version of you, your mindset, the way that you think, the way that you carry yourself, inner confidence, inner peace, that's something to be really, really proud of yourself for, because I think ultimately that's the most satisfying thing there is to get better internally and to continue to grow and build that foundation with inside yourself. So again, this has nothing to do with the things that you achieve externally, any sort of medal or award or goal that you get to externally. That's all well and dandy, that's great, but I'm talking about truly going within, building a relationship that you have with yourself, and seeing how that relationship with yourself has grown over the past year, over the past 6 months, over the past month. If you've gotten better, the relationship with yourself has gotten better, if you built that foundation with yourself internally and you are a better version of yourself within than you have been in the past, that is something to genuinely be grateful for and appreciate, and actually take some time and sit with this. This is something that I've done recently as I've, like I said, increased my journal practice, just being able to look back and read old journals and old voice recordings. If you've listened to this podcast in the past, maybe you know that I'm a really big fan of doing audio journals. So kind of just, it's basically this recording. It's basically just, talking to yourself as if you were talking to a friend or on the phone, and just speaking and letting the words come out, stream of consciousness. That's essentially what all of these recordings are. And if you've noticed that the way that you speak is better, and just like I said, the relationship that you have with you, if that's improved, if you're spending more time in presence, if who you are on the inside, maybe you're more kinder to yourself and other people. If who you are on the inside has improved, and you know deep down at your core, in your heart, that you are a better version of yourself than you have been in the past, then you're getting better and you're growing. And even if it's 1% better, it's still something to be proud of. If it's 100% better, then great. But even if you're making small improvements internally, then that's something that I really think you should give yourself a pat on the back for, because that's what I think this is all about. Knowing that you're whole and full and complete now, while also striving to become better in every area of life. The most magnetic people are the people that know who they are themselves, they give to other people without expecting anything in return. They light up every single room they walk into. They have this incredible energy around them or about them, and these people are self-assured. They know who they are. They know what they bring to the table. They have a relationship with themselves. They're self-aware. These types of people most likely have built that foundation internally. They've done the inner work. They take care of themselves within. And I think it all starts from building that foundation internally, building that relationship with yourself. And that's pretty much it. That's all I really wanted to get across in this recording. Just know that you should be proud of yourself if you're someone who cares about growth and cares to get better and has made a positive difference in their life, a positive impact in their life internally. It's something to really be grateful for. Maybe you still have, goals that you want to get to. Maybe there's still places that you want to reach and things that you want to achieve. That's great. Have those goals. Take action towards those goals. Know that you're capable of achieving great things. But some of the most meaningful, some of the most significant changes that you're going to see, some of the most important steps that you're going to take towards getting to the places that you want to get to comes from within. Is the way that you think, your mindset, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you treat yourself, the way that you talk to yourself, the way that you carry yourself when no one else is looking. If you're noticing that these things are getting better, you're improving in these areas, the relationship that you have with you, the way that you commit yourself to the promises that you made to yourself and you follow through with the commitment and promises that you made to yourself. Like, if you're getting better in these areas, then you have something to lean on as you continue to take action towards your goals externally. Because you're not going to let yourself down. You're going to keep the promises you made to yourself. You're going to show up when you told yourself you're going to show up. If you don't have that relationship with yourself, if you don't build that foundation with yourself internally, you have nothing to lean on. You have nothing to build upon because you aren't really connected with yourself in the first place. So I apologize if I sound sick. It's because I am, but I wanted to get this recording out. I do have a bit of a cold, but I wanted to get this message out. I was actually planning on recording a visual alongside this recording, but that's not happening today. So I still wanted to get this message out. I hope this provided some value in any way, shape, or form. If you're listening to this, be proud of yourself. If you've improved internally, if who you are within is better than it has been in the past. If that's a week ago, great. If it's a month ago, great. If it's a year ago, great. If you are making progress internally and you've built that foundation within yourself, it's really something to be proud of. It's something to be grateful for. And hopefully that should motivate you to continue to build that foundation within yourself. So that's all I really wanted to get across in this recording. I hope this message provided some sort of value to you. If it did, let me know. You can message me on Instagram at Presence of Being. I respond to all my DMs over there. I appreciate you being a part of our community, as always. And I'm getting ready to release new Presence of Being hats. Those will be ready very soon. I'm just in the final stage of planning everything out. If you want to have access to the website, if you want to have access to the very limited quantity hats that are being released for our community, sign up for the email list below. You'll be notified when the website is open and you'll be able to get a hat. If you want one, I really appreciate everyone's support when it comes to everything that we do, but in particular the hats. It's something that I'm really passionate about, just being able to express your passion for being in the moment, being present, and being a part of our community. It's something that really means a lot to me, something that I am very passionate about, like I said. So if you want access to the website when the hats are ready to be launched, if you want updates when it comes to the hats, sign up for the email list below, or you can just go to presenceofbeing.co and you'll be able to sign up for the email list there as well. Thank you again for being a part of our community. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next recording very soon.